Hi, welcome to part 2. This part really deals with people who choose the hardware route, and I guess most people do. You probably guessed by now I'm a bit of a tweaker. I like playing around with things, so that's where I get more of my fun, actually playing the guitar than actually tweaking stuff. The hardware route, most people go down there to play with their guitars, and like anything, you can start off cheap, and don't think this Marshall was very expensive. In fact, it's a baby. Look at it compared to the size of the guitar. You can see it's a little 10-watt one, and obviously it's a practice one. Inexpensive. I got it for about $80 Australian. Even that's probably a bit too much. I'll start off with the guitar, and the guitar was well, I've talked about that before, but the guitar is just a copy, imitation Fender, generic, nothing special there, although it does, to me, it does sound pretty good. Okay, that feeds into a tube screamer. I won't go through all the prices, but that's a cheap effects pedal. You can spend an absolute fortune on an effects pedal, and if you're a professional guitarist, you would have to, I guess. Here we have a V-amp 2. So the tube screamer feeds into the V-amp 2. Now the V-amp 2 can emulate a lot of different effects and amplifiers. Some people have criticised it because it doesn't sound that good. It wasn't that expensive. I got it second hand. I actually really like it, and that of course feeds into the Marshall. No disrespect to Marshall, but when I first got the Marshall and just tried it with one effects pedal, I actually didn't really like the sound. You can probably tell from listening to my guitar, I like it a bit distorted. Of course, you can play and make lots of mistakes when it's distorted and people can't tell. So that's a very basic hardware rig. There's not, as I said, there's not a lot about software in this part, and I won't go on too much about the hardware side of things because there's a lot on everywhere, including YouTube, about hardware. But I just wanted to show, as compared to the software method, that's my laptop. That's a typical very low budget hardware rig, and I'm just going to play a bit and that'll be it. Why did I show this? Well, I suppose as a comparison, and I'll set the camera stand exactly the same position as I had for the software one in part 1, and that's about it. Yeah, so most people wouldn't have seen a Marshall this small, so it'll be interesting to see how it sounds. Okay. Hello, here I am with my basic hardware setup, around $500 Australian. I didn't get all these bits at once. I started off obviously with the guitar and then moved to the V-amp 2, and then got the tube screamer, and then the Marshall amp. Just saw it in the shop, and the name says it all. So obviously I like it a bit, as I said, like it a bit distorted. You'll find that whatever route you choose, software or hardware, you'll probably be wondering what the grass is like on the other side. With software, it's so flexible. You've got so many things to choose from. But obviously you need a laptop or a PC, and with the hardware route, it's a little bit hard to unless you take all your equipment into the shop and see how it sounds like. So a bit of luck there. This is a practice setup. I'll probably never move to a really big amp because I just do it for relaxation anyway. So this is how it sounds. Compared to the software choice, I sort of like it a bit better, because it's got a bit more oomph in, or sort of, how do I say it, bit more power in the bottom strings, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So here's how it sounds, and I've put the speaker right next to the camera, just like in part one, so it might be a good comparison. Hopefully